The modern industrial corridor of North Gujarat operates at an intense pace. Between the logistics hubs and global markets, professionals often find themselves caught in a cycle of reactivity. We tend to measure loyalty by physical presence, falling into a trap of busyness, where urgent interruptions dictate the entire day. Thousands of years ago, the sage Vishnu Sharma addressed this exact problem of chaotic management in the Panchatantra. He taught the art of niti, or prudent worldly conduct, using a story about survival and strategy. In his fable of the three fish, fishermen announce their plan to cast their nets the next morning. While the lazy fish does nothing and waits for fate, the wise fish listens. He establishes informational symmetry by hearing the fisherman's plan, allowing him to map out his escape route that very night. In a modern corporate setting, the fisherman's net is Monday morning chaos. To avoid being caught in it, we use a structure routine called the weekly pilot plan. To execute this protocol, you only need 3 specific tools: your digital calendar, a list of last week's results, and 15 minutes of uninterrupted focus. Auditing your progress and mapping your upcoming days before Monday begins allows you to shift from surveillance management to outcome governance. Step 1 is the result audit. Before planning for tomorrow, we must confront the reality of what was actually completed on last week's to-do list. Unfinished work creates a psychological loop known as the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain holds on to these incomplete tasks, treating them like a cognitive splinter that drains your mental energy throughout your off hours. To pull that splinter, physically or digitally check off every completed task. Marking a job as done gives the brain the necessary signals to move into mental closure. Next, perform a brain dump. Look at the lingering open loops and decide their fate. Will you carry them forward to next week, delegate them, or discard them entirely? Transfer your surviving tasks to a clean, fresh page. Removing the visual clutter of last week's mess physically lowers cortisol levels and resets your focus. A successful result audit externalizes your commitments, providing the mental clarity required to move forward. Step 2 is the pre-commitment. By mapping out a specific sequence of work on your calendar in advance, you leverage pre-commitment bias, the psychological tendency to stick to a plan once it has been formally formulated. This is achieved through time boxing, assigning every high-value task a specific, non-negotiable home in time. Look at this clean weekly calendar grid. This empty space represents the choice architecture of your upcoming week. We start by taking your most important task, such as finalizing a market strategy, and dragging it onto the schedule. We lock in a 90-minute block for this work. Scheduling this during a morning peak in your ultradian rhythms ensures you have the maximum alertness required for complex problem solving. Notice the white space. You must leave roughly 20% of your day unbooked to account for Parkinson's law, where work expands to fill available time, and the inevitable urgent interruptions. These scheduled blocks act as forcing functions. They create a healthy constraint that prevents minor tasks from consuming your entire afternoon. Pre-committing to these priorities ensures that your Monday morning is dictated by your own goals rather than incoming notifications. The final step is the alignment check. Once your calendar is scheduled, you must verify that the time you've blocked actually matches your key performance indicators. Apply the logic of the Eisenhower metrics to your schedule. Review the grid to ensure you have protected Quadrant 2 activities, the important goals that drive long-term growth but lack immediate urgency. On this calendar, we highlight the 3 specific blocks that represent your top 3 wins. These are the primary deliverables that will drive the most organizational value this week. This clarity enables you to manage upwards. When a manager asks for an update, you have a precise, data-backed answer regarding your resource allocation. Aligning your calendar with your role allows you to move away from reactive management and toward strategic proactivity. Look back at the modern industrial corridor. With a structured calendar, you can navigate this high-pressure environment with professional control, insulated from initial chaos. Like the wise fish from the ancient fable, you have used foresight and planning to swim safely past the nets of unmanaged time. Here is your pilot challenge. Commit just 15 minutes this coming Friday afternoon or Sunday evening to perform this ritual. This review serves as a tactical roadmap, shifting your workflow from a series of reactive fire drills to a deliberate, proactively managed schedule. You now have the organizational architecture in place, but executing this plan requires maintaining the biological energy needed to move through your workday. To complete your human management protocol, proceed to video 15, where we cover burnout prevention and the neurochemical reset of the 20-20-20 rule.